isn't always the one you plan to take.
Whoa, check it out. Hey, baby goat. Oh, that's not yours.
What's he got there?
It's not yours. No.
Now you can take a photo right from video, so you'll never miss the perfect shot.
This part right here.
AT&T introduces the HTC One X, now $99.99. Rethink possible.
The following program likely contains material that is suitable for mature audiences only, and not suitable for children. It is by far not the nastiest stuff you'll find on TV, radio, or the internet, and will probably make you laugh more than it will upset you. However, because some people, especially in the South, are so damn sensitive, we feel obligated to warn you ahead of time. So if you've accidentally stumbled upon this program and are not a legal adult who is ready, willing, and able to be completely offended, navigate away from this station and log on to IHateTheFirstAmendment.com. You will feel better about yourself.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Let your beat stomp.
Hello! We're rocking it in the house today now. I got my own music, right? And the boys in there are rocking it with me. Welcome to my show. Who am I? Well, I'm Dr. Jen Jara, a.k.a. Dr. J, but for the day, I'm just Jen. I'm just Jen with a medical doctor, not a medical doctor, a chiropractic doctor's perspective. But today is, that's right, people, it's Valentine's Day. So, the show today is all about sizzling hot sex. I have coined my show today, of course, with the big, huge success of the book, 50 Shades of Sexy. That's right, sexy, not sex, sexy. I got so much sex information, you're going to blow your lid, literally. I've got makeup and hair for the women, all sorts of great Hollywood tips. I got the angry therapist coming on, Mr. John Kim. Unbelievable information he has to save your relationship, and we've got the pleasure chest coming on with all sorts of toys and gadgets that even I had my mouth just jaw-dropping in their store the other day. I absolutely couldn't believe it. And at point in time, I'm going to show you how you can use coconut oil at home, not just in the kitchen, folks. Yep, that's right. We're going to go over all sorts of information about how to make your Valentine's Day fantastic. So, the first person in my sitting in the guest room with me today is very important because, part of feeling sexy is I need to look sexy. Hence, my outfit today. I've in a really tight corset so that you all know. Took about 3 people to squeeze me into it in the bathroom. And I've got the sexy nylons and the boots and all of that. But none of it would have gone if I didn't have the hair and makeup today. So in the house today is Sylvia. Hi, hello. Sylvia. Hi. Say hello.
Hi.
She is the wonderful lady who did my hair and makeup today. And there are a lot of tricks and tools that a lot of people just don't realize that you need when you're doing your makeup. I mean, I know I forgot. My daughter's 9 years old. And, my cousin is a big, makeup person in Costa Rica. And she was here visiting just a couple months ago. And I was asking her, okay, how do you do smoky eyes again? How do you do this? How do you do that? And she looked at me and she's like, really? You know how to do makeup? And I said, no, not really. I mean, I don't wear makeup on a day-to-day. I wear makeup when I'm on camera. And there's people to do my makeup for me. So, Sylvia, give us, we want to go through a couple different tips, of how to put on the makeup. But, of course, the first thing we need to start with is our skin.
Yes.
So, tell us about why skin is so important.
Skin is very important to maintain it clean. It's a lot easier to maintain your face clean, therefore you can, just apply makeup and it'll look flawless.
Suddenly, you can take a crappy foundation. I mean, I don't suggest using a crappy foundation. I personally like the Smashbox High Definition liquid. It goes on nice and smooth. But if I use like your CVS $2 jar, if I've got really good skin, it's going to look nicer.
Definitely. I think just being able to get into a daily habit of cleansing your face, maybe every other month to go get your facials, that's pretty important. You can start by exfoliating, which is really important. and that just makes everything much easier.
It did. I was recently in Puerto Rico visiting my girlfriend. She's the chiropractic president over there. Hail to Maria Dueño. Hello, sweetheart. And I was flabbergasted. She had this little tool in her bathroom.
Yes.
All right, yeah, we got lots of tools, even beauty tools here. But when we get later on, you won't want to use this. We're going to use the other toys. So this is a Mia Clarisonic. I use the Mia too. You know, they have different ones. This one's about $150. You can get it on Amazon.
Right.
You can go to Ulta store. They're very popular, and they have different heads to use. And you know, you can hear that. Yeah, I know. Shame on me. But
that's a great tool.
It helps to clean. I mean, I do have pretty good skin, but I was still getting like little breakouts and issues. I use this, and within 2 times of using it, my face was so soft. And this was without moisturizer. I couldn't believe how much nicer my skin was with it.
Yeah, it seems to get a deeper cleanse. It takes the impurities out. And it's a great tool. I mean, there's other tools such as those, like Oil of Olay, if you don't want to maybe spend so much.
I suggest spending the $150 because the $150 is going to save you hundreds of dollars with an esthetician. And estheticians love this too because when you go see them, you're getting to do more specialized treatments, not paying for the simple things on in there.
Right. Very true.
I love it. Now, I also, people are going to say, what do I use that with? Do I use it with soap? No.
Never.
Rookie maneuver.
Never. That dries out the skin too much.
I like this one. Now, mind you, none of these people are paying me, but if you want to pay me to sponsor and pump your stuff, I totally will, as long as I like it. This is Philosophy, and I like this one because this bottle is like $30, and it's 16 ounces. I'm going to have this for like 9 months or so because I use the Mia about 4 times a week. I don't use it every single day because you don't have to, right?
Right. And the nice thing about cleansers, you hit it right on the spot. You're not supposed to use soap. It's too harsh on your skin. That's a great one because certain brands that are more natural, you should always go with the more natural.
Yeah.
Ingredients that you can't read or you don't know what they are.
They're chemicals. I mean, now this one has all sorts of different, ingredients going on here, but for the most part, you recognize it. You don't go, oh my gosh, what's that going on?
Right.
Now, aside from the face, let's go to the hair, okay? Now, this is something that I really love, and it works on everybody, guys, girls. Now, so does the facial cleanser. That's for men and for women. This isn't just for, women, but, I am a woman, so most of my experience is women-based. But I love this stuff. You've probably seen their infomercials. It's called Win.
Yes.
This is the shit. This is the bomb. This is a shampoo and a conditioner all in one. Now, I used to have, because I have long hair, and I got the Latina hair, and I get what looks like dreadlocks after, I have curly hair today. By the time I get home, I will have dreadlocks underneath there. And what this does is that you use it, but it's different because we're used to using shampoo, and we're all lathering, and you get all soapy, but that dries out your hair.
Yes.
Even if you use, the $50 expensive salon ones, they will dry out your hair. This one has so many, great ingredients. In this, Chaz Dean, I do believe is his name, and he's got a studio over here in Hollywood. It's like a hop, skip, and a jump from my office. But they have so many different of these shampoo cleansers. It's like you're washing yourself with a conditioner, isn't it?
Yeah, see, there's a misinterpretation as far as shampoo. Shampoo is supposed to cleanse not strip your hair. So when you get too soapy, that's not a good thing. I know people are used to getting lather, and lather is never good because that means it has sulfate.
It does. And this, when I was first using it, I will say, just like with the Clarisonic, it clears out your skin, but then impurities start to come to the front. Yes. When I was washing my hair with this the first 2 weeks, I had globs of hair falling out. I was freaking out, and I called my patient who had turned me onto it, and she said, no. It'll change. It's just that's a lot of dead weight, dead hair that's coming out. And sure enough, around the 2 week mark for me, I barely had any hair coming out. And you can't use this enough. I was using it every single day. Now I just wash my hair 3 to 4 times a week. But it's, pretty fantastic. So, well, we're covering those bases, from top to bottom, face to hair. Later on, we're going to tell you about grooming down there. We're doing up here right now. As the 2 hours go by, we're going to work our way down the body, and we're going to get a little bit more explicit. So now I want you, do you have a website? We want to get you on social media. We want to pump people in your direction before we start talking about makeup tips.
Yes, I do. I have a Facebook. It's
I don't even know it. She's like, hold on a second.
It's under Sylvia Aguila.
And how do you spell Sylvia?
S-I.
S-I?
Yes, with an I. SILVIA. And Aguila without an R. AGUILA.
All right, fantastic. And,
Yes.
you said that you're in development currently of a Twitter page and an Instagram.
Yes. It's all in the works. I'm having someone help me out with that because I'm not great at it, but
I
it's
just
in the
pulled her
works.
out. She's a dear friend, and she doesn't have all her social media going on.
Right.
But we want to help her out because she's really fantastic. The makeup. She had to do my makeup in like 20 minutes. This is what she created in
Well, it was
20 minutes.
easy.
Oh my gosh! No, we couldn't. That can't be a segment already. Oh my God! We still need to talk about makeup
Yes.
tips and things like that. But we also have the angry therapist coming on in, and he's going to join us in the next segment. So we'll still talk some more about makeup.
Right.
The angry therapist. We're going to talk about sex.
Yay.
Relationship issues that sometimes people have. He's got a great perspective, and he's free. You can go and watch him every Monday free. So hang in there through the break. If you got blah, 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 if you want to call in, because I'm tongue-tied today, 855-TRV-NLA. That's 855-878-4652. This is Dr. Jen Jara. This is the 50 Shades of Sexy show. You need to hang on out because we're going to make you sexier within 2 hours.
Hey Cam, thanks a lot for coming to my school today.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted number 1.
Maybe.
And become the starting quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay.
You can be my backup.
Excuse me?
And make Panthers fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite player.
Whoa.
I'm just loosening my arm. That's my toy. Bad.
What's wrong? Do you want a Dorito?
It's mine. Oh.
Here you go. Last one.
That's so cheap.
New Axe Apollo. Enter before the big game at axeapollo.com for your chance to go to space.
You know my dad can eat 3 huge bacon cheeseburgers this big. For my dad, that's like a snack. Yeah, well, he also ate a mountain of french fries.
My dad can eat a mountain of french fries with bacon and cheese.
Yeah, well, my dad can eat 5 buckets of fried chicken. My dad can eat 1,000 chicken nuggets. My dad can eat a quadruple burger.
My dad can eat 500 corn dogs.
Yeah, well, one day I'll be able to eat twice that.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
It's dance party. Am I on? Am I already going? I didn't even know. Thanks, guys. I'm so excited for the 50 Shades of Sexy. I'm just music and conversation and sex. Who doesn't get turned on talking about those things? You know, I may be a doctor, but I'm also a human being and a woman. So, hello. So in the last segment, we were talking to Sylvia about makeup, and we got so carried away with just talking with the basic stuff about, you know, your skin and your hair and what have you. But we didn't get any into makeup tips because that's the biggest thing that I think women don't get. You know, it's like, you can make yourself look pretty. I mean, you did this in 20 minutes. I mean, I came in looking like a wet noodle. And she, you know, just did it. So give me a couple tips when it comes to putting on eyeshadow. Because I think a lot of women sometimes, we don't all have the same eyes. You know, we don't have, all of us have share eyes where she's like a canvas of art where you can see all the different shades and colors.
I think it's pretty easy as far as doing eyeshadows. You just want to go simple and then add on once you get the practice. The eyeshadows that I would suggest for beginners to get, and also advanced people that know how to apply makeup, is the trio makeup. That come in 3 different shades.
3 different colors?
Base,
but wait, hold on a
highlighter.
second. Before we go talk about the eyeshadow, this is a trick that I learned, and I didn't learn it until I was in Hollywood because I just, when you put on foundation, you put it on everywhere.
Yes.
We put it everywhere. Okay, here's 2 tricks you need to know. Number 1, you get older like me, you get wrinkles, little crow's feet going on there. Never put powder here. Hello, it just accentuates them. So you got the liquid going on. But I also, you put the powder everywhere, including the eyelid, but the eyelid actually needs a different concealer. Correct?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Why is that so important?
You might want to use a primer over on the eye. That way it sets the makeup and it's not completely running. Because throughout the day it's going to run, and then all of a sudden you look in the mirror and you're like, where's the makeup?
It's ran off to the neighbor. Yeah, it's true, because when I go on set or I'm doing a TV appearance or something like that, those are the days that I'll put the primer on the days that I wear makeup, and my makeup is there for 16 hours without any changes. I mean, I could sometimes I'm so lazy that I'll wash and I won't wash here above here, and I'll wake up the next day and I'll go to work and patients will go, your makeup looks fantastic. I'm like, it's from the day before. Just so that you know.
Yeah, they also have some eyeshadows. Maybelline carries one. It's pretty new. It's called Tattoo. And it's the eyeshadow that the pigmentation's pretty nice. And so it stays on your eye. For it's 24-hour eyeshadow.
I mean, now I know I talk mainly a lot of all natural things, but I'm going to say this, women, every single makeup artist I've ever talked to, you got to use the makeup. I mean, you can pick the makeup that's animal free, friendly, that they don't test on animals and what have you. But in all honesty, you're not going to be able to avoid the chemicals when it comes to quality makeup. Yes. You want to look pretty. You want to feel sexy. And makeup is a part of that. And you don't have to put on a whole gang. You don't have to, be a tranny.
Yeah, I mean,
although
it's
some
about
of them
looking,
are gorgeous.
It's still about looking yourself, you know. You have to accentuate. Everybody has special features, good features. And so it's all about accentuating those nice features and minimizing the flaws. So, I mean, if you have big eyes like yourself, just, you accentuate those parts. If you have nice cheekbones and
I got eyelashes going on today, too. I would do it
Very
against
sexy.
that. And eyelashes were another trick of the trade.
Yes.
I really do love my eyelashes. My parents granted me with eyelashes, not necessarily full lips. But even with my eyelashes, it's good to wear eyelashes here and there because it just makes you go, pow.
Yes, it opens up the eye.
And
I'm addicted to eyelashes.
And a little bit of lip gloss and you're good to go.
That's right.
You don't need a whole bunch on. If you've got really dark eyes, light lips.
Yes.
If you got lighter, eyeshadow, then you can do darker. Don't do dark, dark, because then you just...
It just takes away from you. You end up looking like
you don't look like you. You look like a makeup commercial in there. All right. Well, good. Well, thank you. You're going to hang out throughout the whole show, right?
Absolutely.
Are you comfortable with sex?
Very comfortable.
I'm going to ask some personal sexual questions like,
oh boy,
your favorite position, later on.
Yay.
So my next guest is pretty fantastic. He's known as the Angry Therapist, Mr. John Kim. But before we put him on the mic, I want to read something that he wrote because he just pumps out some of the best stuff you're going to read out there. And, he'll tell you about his website, and he's got, people can just show up on his site and get free therapy, so there's all sorts of wonderful information we can give you on relationships. I obviously am not the relationship expert. I'm single on Valentine's Day, but I'm okay with it. I have you. Okay, let's see. Let's bring this on over here. So, I'm falling over here. So this is one that caught my eye a few months ago, and I absolutely loved it because even though Valentine's Day is, a partner thing and a relationship thing, ultimately it's about you. If you're not happy with yourself, if you're not doing what you want to do, how can you possibly make someone else happy? And I think that's what's made most of my relationships last a long time is because I'm really happy by myself, and I look for someone who's going to compliment me. And that I am going to compliment them, and it works together. So it's titled Every Single Day. It has some profanity in it, and it's why he's called Angry Therapist, because he just puts it out there. It says, know that you're fucking valuable. Start your day like it's your last. Seek nectar. Stretch your bright spots. Shadow your veneer. Practice transparency. Sorry. Love hard and dream big. Sweat daily. Resist nothing. Embrace your story. It's the only one you've got. Don't feed negativity. Don't engage with negative people. Don't live in the past. Fuck your identity. Crush your false beliefs. Prove yourself wrong. Run towards your fears instead of away. Throw your stone as hard as you can, knowing that it's going to send ripples. Be a prism, not a rock. Drink water. Ask questions. Turn your dial to give. Don't gossip. Don't seek approval or validation. Get out of your head. It's the most dangerous place you'll ever know. Don't react. Respond. Eat well, not more. Do things alone, which enough people don't. Understand before you speak. Burn your boats. Lean forward. Forgive. Know somebody. And you know what? Here's the best part. Go to bed with fucking gratitude. No matter what. I mean, wouldn't you want someone like that coaching you? Because doesn't that apply in this era of social media, and we're texting, and we're not necessarily being very personal people. I mean, I prefer conversations on the phone. I get the whole texting thing, but John is really on it. You know, his Angry Therapist information is fantastic. So please welcome, yay, the Angry Therapist, Mr. Dr. John Kim, right?
No.
Not John Kim?
Not doctor.
I think of you as a doctor because you're like a doctor of relationships.
Oh, closer? Like this?
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta get close. You gotta get comfortable with the mic, honey.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Can I just say that you had me at coconut oil? And I'm so curious to see what you're gonna do with that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have coconut oil. I have that at home.
It's a CrossFit staple.
Yeah, it's coconut oil plus Valentine's Day equals...
I'm gonna show you what you can do to your girlfriend later on.
Equals love hard.
Yep, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna rattle off different quotes that about John throughout the day because they're so fantastic and wonderful. But so today's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day creates a lot of heartache for people because I love my ex-boyfriend. He used to call it amateur night, and I think he's right. You know, you don't do anything the rest of the year, and then all of a sudden you try and go out big on Valentine's Day,
right.
And you're stuck. Pressure. Yeah, you're stuck waiting for an hour at a restaurant. You didn't, get the right gift or what have you. It's too much pressure. So what do you got?
Stressful.
What do you want to say about Valentine's Day?
I think the intent is important, and I think it's great that we have a day to celebrate love or your relationship. I'm not into the consumerism. Mm-hmm. I'm not into the long lines and everything being,
I agree.
So I celebrate Valentine's Day either the weekend before or after.
Or the whole year.
Yeah. I never go out on Valentine's Day. I think it just ruins my night. It's a lot of anxiety.
I've been like that too. I'm like this. If you want to take me out, let's go out the week before or something like that. Yeah. But I'm like, I'd rather just be home.
I
used to. With coconut oil.
I used to, but it just became. I realized that it's becoming more hassle, and we're not connecting. It's a lot of anxiety, a lot of reservations and stuff that things don't work out. So the logistics were tough. So I said, let's pick a day before. Yeah,
you're coming closer to the mic. Get comfortable with that there. Near your face.
Make out with the mic.
Yes.
But so that's just me, my personal. I go out the weekend after or before.
And you've been with your girlfriend for a while now, haven't you?
No, I'm single.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I haven't dived into your last time we had talked. You had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey there, single man.
Yes, I'm single tonight.
That's okay, but you're doing the Korean barbecue tonight with all your friends.
Oh, I am. I tagged you. Right.
I know. Right. I would go, but I have Skyline. It's a school night, so I can't get out and go about there.
Right.
So, okay, so we have lots to talk about when it comes to relationships because this is one of those things that it's like we've got at least 3 segments of talking about sex, relationships, how to work through this kind of different stuff because it's really important. I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's like you start and it's so fresh and so wonderful, and then that teeters out. It does. It completely teeters out. So what advice do you have for someone who is, just beyond that initial honeymoon phase? And do we have a time reference for honeymoon? Is it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months?
Is there like different for everyone?
Yeah, I think so.
There isn't like an average.
No, I think it depends on the chemistry. Because like you could have a honeymoon phase that's 2 weeks in one relationship and then another relationship that lasts 3 months. I don't know. I don't think there's a set amount of time that is.
How do you know when it's going downhill? When that honeymoon is starting to.
Sylvia, how do you know when it's going downhill?
I think it's pretty apparent.
Are you single? I don't even know if you're single or married.
No, I have a partner. I'm not married, but I do have a partner, and you're back to your question.
Sorry, I was like, wait. So what do we?
You stop wearing the makeup. Is that how you know?
Well, you just start wearing ugly pajamas, and
okay, that's me all the time.
I think detail is very important. And I think that after a certain amount of time when, that burns out, I guess, that a fire.
So are you saying that for you, it's when you start wearing your fatty pajamas, you're like, I'm comfy?
Yeah, I think it's more like when you don't have those details anymore, when you don't go out of your way to do, make the phone call.
What if you're just tired? Like, I'm tired. I get tired. I got supplements for that too, by the way, for libido we're going to talk about.
I guess you can be tired. But,
but I mean, how do you work through those things? These are all different things we're going to talk about, aside from we're going to get very, very, sexual in here in just a little bit. But I can't believe another break has come and gone. We just started. We only got one question into John.
Yeah, I didn't even really answer it.
One question deep. We're not even there yet. So if you're just tuning in now, my name is Dr. Jen Jara. You're watching my show, which is typically health, fitness, and sex. But because it's, Valentine's Day today, it is all about the 50 Shades of Sexy. So we are talking about every aspect of sex you can possibly imagine. We're going to talk about foods and fitness and how they factor in. We're going to give you some relationship advice. And we also have some sex toys. And let's not forget the coconut oil. It might be a letdown at this point in time because we pumped it so much. So hang out through the break, and please let your friends know. Also, follow us on, Twitter, me on Twitter, at Dr. Jen Jara. Also the same thing for Instagram. We're going to go through everyone's social media here so you can contact us. Hang out there for a couple minutes. We'll be back in just a second.
Starting parties. Bacardi.
Opulence. I has it. I like the best. This one. But I also like savings the money. So when DirecTV tell me 5 months free for most premium televisions package, I jump in it.
Forget cable. Switch to DirecTV and get 5 months free. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Up next for Career Day, quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
That State Farm agent said she helps people. What do you do?
I play football.
That's not a job.
Well,
Did you save my dad hundreds with the discount double check?
no, but I was MVP last year.
Mr. Hubble says trophies are for people with self-esteem issues.
Who's Mr. Hubble?
That's Rod Hubble.
No, it is not.
For savings, we're best in class.
Hey, Roger!
Discount double check! Get to a better state. State Farm.
What if there was a new way to deal with money that focused less on fees and more on what matters? Maybe your bank account is taking too much time, and maybe it's costing too much money. Introducing Bluebird by American Express and Walmart. Your alternative to checking and debit. It's loaded with features, not fees. Because we think your money should stay where it belongs. With you. The value you expect, the service you deserve. It feels good to Bluebird. Get it at your local Walmart.
Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
We're getting our groove on here today. We are the 50 Shades of Sexy. Pow! I might be considered one of them today. I think I am. Thank
Very
you to
sexy.
Miss Sylvia, who did me in 20 minutes. I said you did me in 20 minutes. You wouldn't be the first. I'm sorry to
Sounds
say
fun.
that. 20 minutes is not too shabby at this point in time. So if you're just tuning in, who am I? I am Dr. Jennifer Jara, Dr. Jen Jara, a.k.a. Dr. J. I am a chiropractor in Hollywood, and my whole show is always about health, fitness, and sex. But today is Valentine's Day, as I'm sure you know. So it's all about sex, hence why it's titled The 50 Shades of Sexy. Sitting in with me right now is Sylvia, who did, as I said earlier, my hair and makeup. And we have the angry therapist. I'm going to call him Dr. John Kim, even though there might be legal repercussions for that. But he's a doctor to me because he's a doctor of relationships and sex and what have you. So before we dive into it, I want to read you another quote of John's that is super fantastic, because what happens sometimes is, sometimes people, Valentine's Day, it's all about the partner. So, those of us who don't have a partner, are we supposed to feel like shit? No, you're not supposed to feel like shit. You're supposed to you should be in love with yourself. You should be happy with yourself. This is going to attract other people to you. But here's one of the things that I liked that John wrote. It's called In Love or In Lost. And by the way, you can go to his website, theangrytherapist.com, and you scroll over to the right side, and it has the best of. And you can read hundreds of these amazing, wonderful quotes. He's got tons of books. We're going to show you them later. But this is what it says. So think about this when you're thinking about having someone, being there. Oh, sorry. I said In Love or Lost. I don't want to go to that one yet. What was the one? Home in Your Eyes. Can we bleep? All right, Home in Your Eyes. You need to see home in your eyes. I wanted to explain this. There are many people you want to sleep with. There are many that you find interesting, intelligent, funny, and sexy. But of those, how many actually picture yourself coming home to when you've had a shitty day and you don't want to face tomorrow? How many of them are titanium safe? How many have the ability to create such a space that no matter what happens out there, when you get home, everything's going to be okay? Not because they say so, but because they make you feel it. There's a difference between someone being supportive through dialogue and someone making you feel invincible and beautiful and sexy. Supportive on paper is not at home. Home is a feeling. Home is someone who pulls you in from the outside and gives you tomorrow. Home isn't where the heart is? Home, really? Isn't where the heart is? Did I type that wrong?
I think you have to read further. Do I say something?
I was like, okay, sorry. It says home isn't where the heart is. Home is where they are. Yes. The pillow fights, ice cream, and fries in bed. I'm liking you. Reading to each other on a Friday night, pajamas and bedhead, knowing that there is no one better for you or for your children. But more than that, a trust so strong you prefer to be emotionally naked. To me, that's home. There's a magical wash that happens when you find someone that provides that kind of space, and there's no other word for it. Ask yourself if you see home in his or her eyes. Sorry, I kind of bumbled that a little bit.
That's okay.
Because it was reaching my heart. You're going to make me cry.
Can I say, by the way, I'm technically a licensed marriage family therapist.
Yes,
and
you
I
are.
was going for the PhD, and it was like another 5 years, and I was like, fuck that. I'm not a school person. Yeah. I was like, no, that's not for me.
That's a great one. I mean, because honestly, as you're going out on Valentine's Day, is it there? Are you in home with them? Is this your home? Is this where you see?
Right.
Because some people just feel lonely. They just want to go out. They just feel needed. Why would you want to do that? I mean, honestly, you should be with home.
Yeah, and it depends what you're looking for. I mean, if you're just dating and you meet someone new, you don't necessarily have to see the home in their eyes right away.
Mm-hmm.
But for a relationship,
it develops over time.
Yeah, and I think you need to see that. I think a lot of people mistake love for the chemistry, that lightning in the bottle, and they think that's love, but not. It doesn't. It might not be.
Well, isn't it? Do you find that how they say men give sex, give love for sex, and women give sex for love?
I don't think all, but
no, I mean, of course, nothing stereotypical. But in this day and age, as you're doing therapy with patients, do you find that?
Yeah, I think we're wired differently. So I think men, fall in love with their eyes initially, right, and women more with
the penis.
With the penis. The penis.
One of your quotes was, "Don't compare penises ever."
Oh, right, for men.
For men, yeah. Don't go there. Yeah, you guys have something about the penis. I don't know what it is. It's like an infatuation. I don't.
Well, even in a relationship, sometimes you are lonely. So you don't
That's
necessarily have.
you know what? That's
Sylvia.
that's actually the saddest thing.
Yeah.
Is when you're lonely in a relationship.
I didn't even think about that.
That's kind of sad.
It's
you
sad
know?
because
you invest all
it's
this
sad
time in a
on two levels because A, you're lonely in a relationship, but but B, you're in it. Why are you in it? You know what I'm saying? So there's fear going on.
Huh.
So it says something about you, and then it says something about the relationship.
Well, you have some of those people who are just going from one relationship, like I know people who it's like they're not even divorced yet and they're already dating someone else, and I'm like, what the fuck, really, really?
Yeah.
How did that happen so fast? I've been single for a while. Maybe I've got issues.
They can't close the door on one relationship, and now they're
and sometimes
jumping
it just
onto another.
happens where you meet someone, but I think sometimes people can't be alone.
Yeah, I call that Frogger. They're jumping from they're like one lily pad to another lily pad, constantly, and it's just like you need to relax, before you jump on.
You need to rebuild yourself.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, absolutely.
Because you lose a lot when you're in a relationship. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to regain, and you have to, get yourself back together.
This whole angry therapist started because of an expired relationship on my part.
No.
Yeah, I was going through a breakup, and I started a blog, and that's how this whole thing started.
Isn't it amazing how some people that's just why they,
And it turned into a rebirth, a rebuilding
Right.
rebirth. Yeah.
Thank God for that
Wow.
relationship. It was for a purpose.
Yeah.
In your life.
And how long ago was that?
It was.
If I can ask.
It was 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Wow, that's a while
Yeah.
ago.
And
Oh
my
goodness.
very first post was called "My Fucking Feelings," and it was this long about how sad and I think people thought it was interesting because here's a therapist, being pulling the curtain back and practicing transparency.
Well, can I ask you what was the downfall of your relationship? What made it?
I got married young.
Oh, you were married.
I was married, yeah.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
We do CrossFit together. We work
Yeah.
out together, and so sometimes you don't realize that the person next to you is a freaking brilliant
Right.
person, or CEO or what have you, or big star actor and something, because you're just sweating together, getting your sweat on, and you don't realize what people do in there. It's really about a community. The last thing they care about is what you do for work, and then it's
Right.
like this is why it's. Really? I didn't know you were married.
Yeah, I was married, but we got married young, and it wasn't just chemistry fading. It wasn't no one did anything wrong. But
did you know before you got married? Was it one of those things? Because I hear that sometimes where people knew before they went to the altar.
No, I was. I saw home. I mean, she blew my socks off. It was amazing. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about getting married young. You have to
Yeah.
realize that you're gonna eventually grow out of. You go into a different.
Yeah, if you're not growing
phase.
together,
Right.
absolutely, especially when you're young, because that's when you experience the most growth. Your 20s,
And everything just feels so alive,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I love you, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, get over it.
I got married really young too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Are you still married?
No.
Okay.
Not to that person.
Not to that person. No.
Another.
See, I've never been married. I was never bold enough to do that. When I went to school, that's what I knew I wanted to do, and I always ended up dating I was always with a best friend who whoever I was dating was my best friend or my boyfriend. So, but the marriage thing never really. I never been tickled by the marriage. What do you call it?
Well, I think
Cupid.
sometimes people are meant to be by themselves. I mean, date and have fun and have somebody
true.
that's a soulmate. But
I want to give you guys a couple different things here that for making a relationship kind of successful. We have time, right? We're not going to break anytime real soon because
I'm so impressed, by the way, that you actually did so much homework. You have
you
little
kidding me?
outlets. Amazing.
My God,
I feel honored.
love what I do. The more and more, because I've read, your stuff and what have you. But as I was going through it more and more, I was like, holy fucking shit, he's a genius.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to randomly go through this. He's got a book. Which one is the 68 Rules?
That one
Which-
in your hand.
In
That
my
one.
hand.
Yep.
Oh, 68 Rules by John Kim. Let me tell you, these rules are pretty amazing because some of them are so simple you wouldn't even think or realize it. So think about this. When you're going out to dinner and you're getting your groove on, don't tell them you're thinking about this, but start going through these in your head. And I'm just going to read through some of them, and we can stop and chat about them too. One is very obvious. Don't react, respond.
Yeah. I think that's huge.
It's huge.
That's the difference between a boy
it's
and
so
a man.
hard
I know,
sometimes
I know.
because you're so infuriated.
Because it's the knee jerk. Right? And
Yes.
being metacognitive, having emotional intelligence means always to respond, not react. Because we always react.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
we all have those friends who are freaking drama queens, guys and girls.
Yeah.
It's like everything's a fucking catastrophe. Yeah, I'm cussing a lot today.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not Dr. Jara today. I'm just Jen. Here's one that I think is actually really important because I used to do it earlier because I thought that it was a part of the relationship and not to be shy or bashful. No bathroom sharing. Yeah, you need to.
You need your own space.
Yeah. You should have your own space.
And you know what? I don't understand the couple that they're like, we're so comfortable with each other that we watch each other go to the bathroom.
I don't want to know.
I don't. That's that line. Once you cross it, it's like.
Yeah.
I only want to know about your poop on a clinical basis if you need help with it. Aside from that, keep it to yourself. Here was one that I found very interesting that he wrote, "Do make your bed." Now, I teach my daughter every single day. Part of her chore, she has to make her bed. I don't make my bed because I think exactly what you say. Why? I'm just going to sleep in it later on. And when I've had a boyfriend or what have you, we don't make it either. But what John was saying is that this is a subconscious commitment you're making to the relationship when you say, I care about you, that I want you to come into a nice, clean room. And it's a shared responsibility.
Right. And you know what? When I was in my 20s and I was married, I never made my bed. I didn't see the point. I thought it's going to get messed up anyway. But I make even if I'm single right now, I still make my bed because it's you're announcing to yourself that you're going to go conquer the world.
I made my bed this morning, by the way.
Good.
I did to myself. I'm committing to myself.
That's why I feel the energy from you.
I'm doing it. This one's a very simple one, and as a chiropractor, I have to say, when you give me a flimsy fucking handshake, I'm like this. Really?
Yeah. The dead fish is.
I love all. Yeah. You know, where would I be without my gay friends? But this whole
horrible.
No, firm, baby, firm.
But you know what, women, if you get a flimsy handshake, you should say no. You should correct him or her right there.
That's what I found interesting. That he said you should stop the person and say no.
Give me a firm.
But isn't that offensive?
I don't think.
I don't know.
No.
Like
you do it in a joking way, you know.
I get.
You're like, no, you know what? I don't want that. It's give me a real handshake. You know?
Well, I think sometimes people need to be called out on things.
Yeah.
That's the only way people correct things.
He's true. It's the way you call it out.
Right.
Sometimes I blurt out shit and it's not. I don't mean to say it like that, and it's like came out like that in a text or a phone call or email. And I'm
you
like,
can't say hey fucker. You can't say stuff like you just have to.
Can you be more firm? Right. All right. Let me just read through some of these. Put thoughts into your gift. So if you're getting a gift card today, no, go get a gift. Wait, don't comment on this. Let me get through some of these. Sweat daily. Do stuff alone. Clean the bathroom. That's an important one because that's an intimacy place. You don't want to walk into a dirty bathroom. That's gross. Learn to, just like making your bed. Eat at the same pace. Put your phone down when talking to people. When my daughter has her iTouch in her hand and I'm talking with her, I tell her, put that thing down or you're going to lose it for an unspecified amount of time. Don't give your partner everything, as in don't spoil them, right? Because you don't want to put them up on a pedestal, kind of like the same one that you have in there.
Right.
Because some people do that. They really do. And I would think that you're praising someone, but what's the delineation between putting someone up on a pedestal and just really adoring someone?
If you're giving to want something back, which is validation and approval. So if I'm giving you something,
so smart,
right? And because I'm giving it to you because I want something back as a validation or sex or approval, you're not really giving, you're taking.
Are you guys taking tips? I mean, this is going to save your relationship for those of you who are going to have a blowout tonight because you are on amateur night at Valentine's. Do things that make you feel alive. Make decisions. Call people by their names, not buddy or what are some names that people do? Bro,
I go out to eat a lot and like a server, because he's insecure about his job. He wants a connection real fast. So I was like, hey, bro. What do you want? And it's like
it's kind of disrespectful, isn't it?
A little bit,
it's a little demeaning. Yeah. Let's see. Don't spray cologne on. Oh my God, this is a huge one, man. Let me tell you, there's nothing more freaking annoying. The guy who's got a cologne cloud around him. He's got the CC going on. Here, this is what you do: spray, walk into it, walk into the mist, spray once. Because you're not trying to, permeate the entire perimeter of 1 square mile. This is intimate, feelings we got going on here.
And men don't realize that women have a stronger sense of smell.
Do we?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys have a stronger sense of smell than men.
I don't know. Yeah. Who knew? Maybe that's why I can smell the people at the gym next to me. I'm like, take a fucking shower before you work out. Okay, this is another tip. When you're at the gym, this isn't on his list. Guys, take a shower before you go work out. I understand that this sounds counterproductive because you're going to sweat, but you guys have certain smells that come out of you that are really strong. I mean, I used to be over at, before CrossFit at a typical gym, and a guy would get on the treadmill next to me. I would sometimes fall over from the smell. I was like, oh my God. So you can imagine what they smell like down there.
Oh, gross.
Which we're going to give you tips later on grooming, remember? Admit it when you're wrong. So if you're having a fight tonight, admit it when you're wrong. It's one of those most important things, is being able to admit that you're wrong and be sincere about it. Tip well, be kind, kiss like you mean it. That's an important one.
Yeah.
How many times do you make out or you're kissing just to kiss? Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah.
Me sticking a tongue in my mouth that has no real connection. Ew. All right, call when you say you're going to call. Love hard. Well, that seems good. Here's a really important one. Do not assassinate your character, your person.
Yes.
This is an important one because when you're upset, we do that.
It's the biggest sign that the relationship is over or going to be over.
I always thought when I see them and I want to punch them in the face, I go, oh, it's done. So it's don't assassinate. But I'm sure before that came the assassinate. I think I'm working out my relationship issues here.
Yeah, you're getting an invoice.
I'm Okay, here is one that is all for my patient, Ali. I'm not going to say his last name, but hopefully he's watching. Don't go for the hottest person. Every time he's in my office, he's always showing me pictures of these supermodels, and then he wonders why things aren't working out. And then he's on eHarmony, he's dating, and I'm like, can you not date the hottest chick? Like,
unless you happen to fall for her and she happens to be the hottest chick.
I know, but I think he's just looking, Ollie, I think you're just looking for the hottest chick.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, that's something he has to answer.
He's probably going to shoot me tomorrow in the office when he sees me and be like, I can't believe you said my name. Do express your feelings. Now, you say this, but men are god-awful at it, I have found. Or it's just the partners I've picked. I don't know.
Men and women are awful at it. Women, too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of women that don't express themselves.
Or we overly express ourselves.
Yeah, and they're leaving their partner in the dark,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, all right. All right, 3 more. We have don't walk away during a fight. This is a very common one. But sometimes people they can't. I mean, they're so heated.
No, but you can walk away if you say, I'm so mad or whatever. Just give me a minute. I'm going to come back to it. Mm-hmm. But you got to come back to it. So you can cool off.
Now, should you go to bed mad?
I personally don't like to go to bed mad.
Should you ever sleep in separate quarters because you're so mad that you're like, oh, I can't fucking handle you right now?
You got to. I think it's different for every relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like going to bed mad.
I can't think if I ever did or didn't. I can't remember because it's been so long since I've been in a relationship. Here's a big one. Ladies, don't whine. Oh my God. We are whining little bitches, aren't we?
Men too.
Oh, wine. And I don't mean the drinking kind. And here is one of the most important ones, the last one. His rule number 68, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you possibly do anything else? I mean, seriously. How can you love someone else if you don't believe in what you want?
I think you just read all 68.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
No, I read like 30 of them, I think. No, like less than 30. Cool. The ones that I'll admit, I picked out the ones I thought you wanted to hear and the ones that called to me, Mm-hmm. It's just one of those things. So look at that. We've just made it into a break already.
Wow.
Coming up, hello. So we're still going to talk about relationship stuff here and there. But coming on up, we are going to give you some grooming tips. We're going to talk about some sensual massage. We're going to talk about some of that coconut oil. And then we got the pleasure chest coming on with all our tools and gadgets. And we have demonstrations. Yes, that's right. If you're just tuning on in, we're going to a break. I'm Dr. Jen Jara. This is the 50 Shades of Sexy today. And follow me, please, at Twitter, at Dr. Jen Jara, also on Instagram. And, just hang out in there because we're going to get hot and sizzling and sexy, All right, Dr. J will be right back.
Is it possible Applebee's new entrees are full of flavor and under 550 calories each?
I'll believe it when I taste it. I believe it!
I can dig it! Okay, a bit of an overreaction, but what now? The old great taste under 550 calories flash mob hit. Yeesh. The new Zesty Roma chicken and shrimp and roasted garlic sirloin. Big flavor under 550 calories. Starting at just $9.99. See you tomorrow. And late night for half-price apps.
How can you say you're in love with her?
Because I am.
But you just met her at the supermarket.
What can you possibly do together?
She gives me Snickers peanut butter squared and I eat it.
It's Snickers with creamy peanut butter. Would you like one? Look, I don't care if she's your girlfriend. You're not taking her to the beach with us.
Hey, girl, you got a cooler for those?
Yes, I do. Oh.
Let's just keep an open mind.
If you love it, tell your friends.
If you like peanut butter and chocolate, you'll love peanut butter and Snickers. Try Snickers peanut butter squared.
I'm freaking out, man.
Why? I thought Jill was your soulmate.
No, it's her dad.
The general's your soulmate?
Dude, what? No. He's on my back about providing for his little girl.
Hey, don't worry. E-Trade's got a totally new investing dashboard. Everything's on one page. Your investments, quotes, research.
It's like the buffet last night.
Whatever helps you understand, man.
I'm watching you.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm watching you, watching him.
Try the new 360 investing dashboard at E-Trade.
You still think you colder than me? No, don't tell me. Tell Tiny. And who you supposed to be? Back up, handle it.
What you looking at?
Cat-like reflexes. Oh.
The Coors Light Silver Bullet Pint. It's bigger, it's resealable, it's still the coldest.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Radio V.
Is it possible Applebee's new entrees are...
Okay, I am sick of this thing.
Well, see, we have cable, and if you didn't record your shows while I'm recording my shows, we wouldn't have to deal with this.
I just feel like it's watching me walk around naked.
Well, at least somebody gets to.
Upgrade to DirecTV and record 5 shows at once. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Yeah, this is me. Look at this. This is courtesy of the Pleasure Chest. We're going to be getting to them pretty soon. If you're just tuning on in, I am Dr. Jen Jara, and you're watching today's show, which is titled, coincidentally, The 50 Shades of Sexy, because it's Valentine's Day, darling. Normally my show is about health, fitness, and sex, but today it's all about sex and being sexy, hence the 50 Shades of Sexy. So, in studio, we have, of course, the Angie therapist, John Kim. We have makeup and hairstylist, Miss Sylvia. And we also will be welcoming in just a little bit Kristen from the Pleasure Chest in West Hollywood with all her tools and gadgets. But before we get into all the tools and gadgets and grooming and vibrators and prostate stimulators and all that other stuff, I want to read another quote because this was a really good one from Mr. John Kim. It's titled, In Love or in Lost. I almost have difficulty watching through these glasses. I think many believe love and a healthy relationship are intertwined. The stronger the love, the healthier the relationship. This is not true. The more you love someone doesn't necessarily mean the healthier the relationship will be. They are interdependent, and sometimes the stronger the feelings of love we have for someone, the more unhealthy that relationship will be. You know that, some of you out there. This is due to losing ourselves in the other person or the relationship because our feelings of love or being in love are so strong. Then the question is, are you in love or are you in lost? That's a deep one, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very
that's a
deep.
long conversation.
Okay, I have to take this off because it's a little much. We're going to put it on top like that because it's killing me. I couldn't see. It's like a blind woman trying to read. So before we, dive into some of these gadgets and tools and stuff, what would you like to say about being in love or in lost?
I think that many think they measure love by how strong that glue is, and sometimes that glue is dysfunctional. Sometimes the attraction isn't necessarily healthy.
I've seen that. You see people, they fight all the fucking time. They argue, and you're
Yeah.
like, this is bad. And they go, no, it's not. And you're like, really?
Like the classic example
Dysfunctional.
is Pamela Lee and Tommy Lee, or back when they were dating.
Back in the day,
Or
yeah.
like the rock star.
Because now
and,
he's with my girl Sophie. She's smoking hot and she's normal.
Okay.
she's a great chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like they have this dysfunctional relationship that's going back and forth and back and forth. So, all right, so we're gonna get into some cool gadgets because I know you're all been waiting on the coconut oil. Most people, of all the things I mentioned, they're like, yeah, I get the gadgets. What are you gonna do with the coconut oil? But before we get to the coconut oil, there's a couple different things that we need to know. Like, let's go over, I'm looking at Sylvia and I'm thinking, grooming. She does hair and makeup and what have you, but we also need to groom down below. Comments on grooming down below. Let's go from left to right or right to left.
Being Asian American, I don't have a lot of body hair, which
Oh,
I
look at
love.
you.
So
That's lucky you.
Yeah, so the grooming is really easy for me. I don't.
Very simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, he's just either avoiding or he's being truthful. I don't know.
No, I'm not.
No, I
look at my
know.
arms.
Look at your
No
arms.
hair.
I
have
know.
zero hair.
All right, Sylvia,
I
grooming?
think grooming goes for both men and women because I think a lot of times women do groom, but men tend not to groom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a must.
And where do you have like any advice on any of that stuff, like grooming? I know Kristen's gonna have tons of advice, and I got advice.
I mean, you have to keep it clean, as short as it can be. And
now, I don't suggest that people use razors shaving.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
because
could
you can cut yourself.
razor burn.
Use the clippers that, like, men. You
Right.
have the clippers. Just put it on a setting that's appropriate and just bzzz
and
away.
get a separate clipper. That way you're not,
that's true.
grossed out.
Well,
about-
hopefully you clean the clipper after you use it. I mean, come on. You can the women can use it too. I mean, this is men and women. I think that's a better way. I've done the waxing and
it's so painful.
Oh, no, my God. I used to do it for my ex-boyfriend occasionally, but that shit hurts.
Yes.
I mean, you are spread eagle. They put hot wax on, then they put on this paper and rip.
Right.
Oh, painful. I
Not
mean, thank
fun.
God I had my lasers to put on it afterwards because I would go to the office afterwards and laser my vagina. Literally, I would. I said that. Lasered my vagina. I
Now,
would.
Do women like men at least to have some hair, right?
Yeah,
Like some men go porn star, and women don't like that.
Well, what's the porn star?
Just completely,
totally,
yeah.
Totally off.
Yeah, yeah.
I personally
It's not-
preferred it groomed. I'm not into like going through the rainforest. No,
Like, no caveman?
I don't want no. I gotta no.
Just clean, just clean. Yeah.
I'm not about hair in my mouth. Ugh, God, I just I
Tell
don't
us how
even
you
like
feel.
it. I know. I told you. I'm putting it out. I'm being honest.
Yeah, I love it. You're
People-
practicing transparency, and that's the whole.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what my whole show is about. It's about me. People go, my patients are like, you're going to talk about sex? And I go, oh, yeah. Because I talk about it with my patients. Why should I pretend like I talk about it behind closed doors? My friends all know that this is how open I am. Am I like this with strangers? No. Am I like this with someone I just started dating? No. It's like you kind of let them know who you are, but you don't, bam, say,
Right. Give it to them.
I'm going to talk about this stuff. So now we get to Kristen. Woo! She's gonna get to all the toys, but not. I'm vibrating. Am I vibrating?
Something's vibrating.
I'm vibrating. People stop calling. I had the phone in here because you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to miss you. So I'm going to introduce this wonderful, fantastic, amazing woman. Her name is Kristen, and she's from the Pleasure Chest here in West Hollywood, which I've been in mainly for lubricants. But when I was in there the other day, my mind was blown away with the amount of toys. I mean, can we just get the camera to just... Oh, no, the camera doesn't. I forget. Well, we'll have to figure out in a way. We got all sorts of stuff. But please introduce yourself, Kristen.
Yes, my name's Kristen. I'm from the Pleasure Chest. We have 3 stores, Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles. And I guess the thing that really puts us on the map is that we are the oldest sex toy company in the United States.
I realized when I called the store that it said 1971.
Yes.
That's when I was born.
Wow.
Woo! A great year.
I don't know what the year. I don't remember what Chinese animal it was. Do you know? No, you're
no, I have no
Korean.
idea. Yeah, I'm Korean. Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I knew
No,
that you were
yeah.
Korean, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I think that also we offer free workshops. So
I
people
didn't know
come
that.
All in any of our stores, we believe that everybody has the right to sexual
Now, how are these
education.
workshops set up? Like, people can come and set it up. You have to put a group together, or you can just show up as an
You can just
individual.
show up.
And what's the website?
Pleasurechest.com.
And you can find that information
you can
on
find
there.
all the information. It's awesome because even if you're just trying to explore, you want to you know, just know more about the G-spot, or, you know, you might think that you're into anal
The
fisting,
question
whatever
of
it is.
G-spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like it's a non-existent GPS.
So yeah, it's great. It's great access. Usually people charge for it, and so we pay our educators. So it's really amazing educators, doctors, our
So
staff.
it's totally free.
It's totally free.
Oh my gosh!
Every
yeah.
Wednesday night in most stores. Yes.
Really?
Wow.
From what time to what time?
From 8 to 10.
Do you guys by chance put that on the internet?
You know, we're looking into it, but we really want to get people into the store because you get to feel and touch and ask
true.
questions. But you know,
Better
people
marketing,
in you know Ohio might want access to the workshops too. So we're looking into
that
it.
they can't get there, and so I just want to
What gender attends the workshops more, men or women?
All genders.
Oh.
But I do have to say, you know, women tend to seek education more than men.
Mm-hmm.
You come to a blowjob workshop, probably about 120 people.
Hey.
Come to a cunnilingus workshop, 40 people.
Wow, look at she uses all proper terminology. I
They have
love
blowjob workshops?
That's the most popular workshop.
Isn't there's
That's
a guy who
amazing.
wrote a book on how to give a blowjob? Isn't there? I remember seeing this book a while ago. I didn't read it. I probably should have picked it up and read it and get a few tips, but
there are a lot of workshops.
Is he involved with that at all, or is this just like?
You know what? A lot of people have written written books on blowjobs. So
And
I'm
who
not sure.
teaches it? A guy or a girl? Out of
We
curiosity?
have women who teach it. We have men who teach it. We have gay men who teach it, which I really love.
Oh, bring it on!
Yeah.
Anyone knows, they know.
But one of my favorite workshops is called Suck It, Lick It, Love It, because we teach cunnilingus and fellatio at the same time.
Wow!
So it's kind of a nice.
Now, how do you teach that? Like,
There's no live sex.
Yeah, no, I know, but there aren't like models, like little. Because when sadly to say, this is kind of veering off. In chiropractic school, in order to graduate, and I'm going to say this in the most non-sexual way possible, you actually have to perform these exams: a prostate exam and a vaginal exam. More than
Awesome.
once. And they have live students who go and do this. They go around to different medical schools. And I remember thinking, I'm a chiropractor. If I'm doing this, there's something I'm very wrong. But it's a part of the medical training to understand and know how to do these things.
Good.
So there's people who do that. I don't know that you guys would ever. That'd be like a special class.
Well, actually,
I wouldn't attend.
A small secret that we have staff-only workshops for the staff to help, increase their education, and they have to take tests to make sure they stay at a sex specialist rating. And we did have a prostate workshop, and the guy did allow the staff who wanted to feel the prostate so they knew where it was at.
Wow.
What's your advice on how do you give your girlfriend a hint to attend one of these workshops? Because that could be
God,
really insulting.
yeah.
And man, for Valentine's Day, do not tell your girlfriends to attend a blowjob workshop.
Hey, honey, I was watching Dr. Jen Jar, 50 Shades of Sexy, and did you know that there's a workshop for a blowjob? Break up.
I think the best thing to do is say, let's go to something together, especially
Right.
one that's, and really we have so many couples coming in. They do date night, go out, maybe have some drinks, have some fun, come in and watch a workshop. It's free. Nothing to lose. There's nothing attached to it. When you put money on things, I feel like people start to freak out. So, you're coming, you're having a good time, you're walking around, you're looking at things, you're filling out what we do is called the yes, no, maybe list, which is awesome. It helps couples explore without having negative.
Oh, right. I saw
Yeah.
this list. All right, let me look at this list over here because it was pretty fantastic when we were going through, when we were looking at games and stuff like that. Well, there's all sorts of anal stuff, just so that, I'm not reading it.
That would be in your no list.
I'm not reading any of that. I'm not reading that list. You
Wow.
can read some of it. I'm open, but damn.
There's things even down to talking dirty. That could be something that
I don't
is
know
a block
how to do
for a lot
that.
of people.
I'm gonna admit it. I don't know. I'm much more feely, touchy, passionate. I'm not about the 911. Let me talk to you, which is.
I think the key to talking dirty is it can't be acted. It has to
Is
come
there
from
a genetic code for that? Because seriously, I can't cook rice. I can't talk dirty.
I don't know if that's related, but it can't ring false because once then it's they're doing to impress me or trying to turn me on. It's not.
Yeah,
it has to come from a real place.
Everything, right? blowjobs, kissing. If it's not coming from the right place, it's going to be
right.
I don't mind it if someone is going to talk dirty to me, and that's what turns them on. Because part of that whole relationship and sexual chemistry is being comfortable to be yourself, and your partner doing things that maybe you don't do. I'm not the talk dirty. I can't.
Yeah. You know what I tell my friends is
I'm a bad actress.
One of my guy friends asked me, "How do you know if someone's giving you a good blowjob?" And my answer is when she forgets it's attached to you. She's so into it, she forgets. And then
that's true.
It's like,
well, you have to like to give a blowjob.
You have to want to do this.
Right.
Not everyone's into that, but part of that is grooming. You have to, and let me tell you, it's not just the grooming part. It's your diet. It's exercising. It's sweating. It's drinking. Lots of water, because you do put out scents. And if you don't have a good diet, like if you know you're getting your jiggy on this weekend, drink lots of water, eat lots of vegetables, eat some fruit. Don't go eat a whole bunch of processed food, a bunch of dairy, a whole bunch of red meat, because those things weigh heavily in the body, and they also create inflammatory responses. So you want things that are light, that your body can process on through there. Now, we also have supplements to help, those of us who sometimes have a decreased libido, not because I'm not fit and happy, what have you. I'm just tired. I've worked like a 10, 12-hour day. Then, I'm with my daughter getting her, couples have this issue. Like at the time you finish, you're just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. But that's okay.
no McRibs on Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's not even food. It's not even food. But we have supplements for that. So we're going to get into the supplements as well, too. Now, one other thing that I want to just mention in there is that there's an erogenous zone, which is your ear, okay? But what's gross when you want to go make out with someone's ear or you want to tickle their ear? Earwax. That's oozing out of their ear. I know, gross. We're covering the gamut here today, people. This is a wonderful little device. It is made out of wax, and it literally goes into the side of your ear, and you light it. It looks like you've got a torch coming out of your ear. Now, I suggest that you put like you can buy these for like $10 at your health food store. You light it, and then you put it into your ear. Just make sure that there's a cloth that's covering your head in case, I don't know, fire or ash or something like that. And you leave it in your ear, and it will naturally pull out the wax, which is great. I'm not into all those wax removers. They're just too harsh on your system, and they create ear infections for people. But you need to, do it and then cut it down and then do it and cut it down. You can YouTube it. We're not going to go through the step-by-step process, but, it's nothing more unattractive than you're kissing people in their erogenous zone, and you get to the ear and you're like, oh, let's go wax your car. So, oh my gosh, I swear we're getting to the coconut oil and all of these gadgets, and we're all going to go under the fire of sex questions. I'm going to be asking sex questions across the board. They're not too raunchy. We keep it nice and light and funny. And we've got even how to talk about how do you have sex when you have back pain. How do I know this? I'm a chiropractor. I coach my patients about this all the time because you're still going to want to have sex. We're going to tell you how, when you should and when you shouldn't. So there's still so much information. We're just at the top of the hour. We've got 3 more segments to go. If you're just tuning on in, my name is Dr. Jen Jara, a.k.a. Dr. J. This is 50 Shades of Sexy. Normally, I talk about health, fitness, and sex every single week. But because it's Valentine's Day, it's all about the sex and feeling sexy. So we got to go to our sponsors because without them, we don't exist. So hang in there for 2 minutes. When we come back, I promise you, we're going to discuss the coconut oil and we're going to get into some gadgets and demonstrations. So hang in there, okay? We'll be right back.
We're out of milk.
Are you kidding me? Mister!
What?
Up there!
I'm sorry, honey. Gotta go.
Lean on me when times are bad. And when your day comes, let you down. When the river of trouble about to drown. Just hold on. 'Cause I'm coming. Hold on.
Milk.
'Cause I'm coming.
Ladies, gotta go to work.
Now this is my kind of night.
I feel real sweet inside. Oh, sometimes.
But then again,
Sometimes.
so is
Wanna
this.
slow it down. Smooth it out.
Whatever your mood, Flavor Vodka never felt this good.
New iced cake and kissed caramel from Smirnoff.
Hey, Cam, thanks a lot for coming to my school today.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted number 1.
Maybe.
And become the starting quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay.
You can be my backup.
Excuse me?
And make Panthers fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite player.
Whoa.
I'm just loosening my arm.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
And get my groove on still. I love the music. Can anyone guess what kind of music I like here?
Techno.
No, not techno, not that. This has got, see how it's got a groove? It makes you, it's because I learned to work out to it, and then it's just stuck with me forever and a day. So, hello, welcome. Thank you for hanging in through the break. I am Dr. Jen Jara. Today is the 50 Shades of Sexy. I've said sexy so many times, it just keeps rolling off my tongue. So, we've been discussing all sorts of different stuff. We started at the top of the hour with Miss Sylvia, hair and makeup. We gave you all sorts of different makeup Hollywood tricks. Then we brought in the angry therapist, Mr. John Kim. And we talked all about relationship stuff. You can visit his website at theangrytherapist.com. And over here to my far left, we have Kristen from the magical wonderland of the Pleasure Chest in Santa Monica. Thepleasurechest.com, where you can find all sorts of cool gadgets. And we just learned that they teach you workshops. You know, I figured out, I just thought of how you could tell you said earlier, how do you not insult your partner about going to a blowjob? How to give a blowjob. You just say, let's go to a sex workshop together.
Yeah.
And instead of being insulted, they've now are turned on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you make it a date night.
Yes. You make it a couple thing. Hello.
And 2 tips for giving blowjobs, which I know we didn't cover before, but I feel like I have to put it out there. Watch gay male porn, because those men are very enthusiastic with blowjobs. So just try to get it as inspired as them. This is for
what if someone walks in on you and you're watching gay male porn? What do you? And you're not into it. You're like, I'm a straight female. I swear.
You'd be surprised how many straight people watch gay porn, how many gay people watch straight porn. It really is a fantasy land. It doesn't have to be what you actually want to act out.
Yeah, see, I'm not the porn person either.
Yeah, but the porn, watching porn can teach you a whole lot of stuff.
Are you guys telling me to watch porn?
Only gay male porn.
But you know, there's also danger in watching porn, don't you think? In the sense that it's mechanical, or especially kids growing up comparing their body parts.
You mean like
the penis thing? Remember that?
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, no, I think that if you use it in a way for education, that's probably not the right way, but it is good for inspiration. It's good for role play. It's good just to get you in the mood. I mean, porn isn't for everyone. Maybe, a lot of women really react to sounds of sex, as a lot of men really react to like the visuals of it. And when you have like the voiceover in porn where it's like music, you don't hear the moaning and stuff. So it's interesting to see how people get turned on, and you just have to start to know yourself.
You save it for when you're going on a vacation together, and you click on the porn channel and you pay for it. And that way it's not in your household, it's on a vacation. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not the porn expert by any means. It's just not my thing. So, all right. So one more thing I wanted to say before we went to the break. We were talking about the ear coining, because it's really gross when you're making out with someone. You're getting those erogenous nodes, and they got a bunch of earwax going on in there. This is a wonderful company. They are called doTERRA. And they make the purest oils you're going to find out there. Now, they are a multi-level marketing company, so you can sign up and sell it out to your friends, or you can just buy it directly, but you have to create an account nonetheless. So, like, my patients can buy it from me directly, but from the company, but you just can't go find this at the store is what I'm trying to say. So you can go to their website and you can find someone. If you want me, just go to drjara.com, and Crystal at my office, she's all about the oils. She'll help you out. But I gave everyone a little, they put it on their finger and they put it on their tongue. And what do you got to say about how it tastes?
It's great. I actually think it might be good even for oral sex. On your mouth, it's a little minty.
I would, as a doctor, I'm going to say that might be a little bit fiery if, like, on the tip of the penis and it gets in the urethra.
Oh,
might
not
be-
on the penis, but if you put it in your mouth.
Oh.
And then there's a cooling sensation.
I got an Altoid trick I'm going to tell you, too, after the coconut oil.
That feels
But-
like an Altoid on steroids.
But yeah, it's like very natural. Their oils are, I go get some of my stuff at Whole Foods, but I have to admit, even Whole Foods doesn't always have the best of stuff, and I pay $5 to $20 for them. Their doTERRA oils range anywhere from $10 to, they have some really, really pricey ones that are like $100 because it's peppermint. There's nothing else that goes into it. So I'm just saying this is a great breath, minty thing for your mouth, because sometimes the Altoids have too many chemicals in it. You don't want to chew a lot of gum because then you wreck your jaw. And I have to say, I work on a lot of jaws in my office, and one of the complaints with my male and females is that I can't do oral sex because my jaw hurts. And so I have to dig out their jaw, aside from the headaches it creates and that they can't chew their food comfortably. So, it's really important to think about all these different aspects because that's what we're here to do today. Cover all the aspects. Okay, for the long-awaited coconut oil. Are we getting this? That camera? No, I can't tell. Where am I going? Where do you guys want this? Coconut oil. This is all organic coconut oil. And this is how one of the things that you can use it for, because when you're getting intimate, especially tonight, there's a lot of people going to be having sex tonight. Hopefully you're wearing protection. You're not creating babies that you shouldn't be having. But coconut oil is fantastic. Number one, you can cook with it. It smells fantastic. And when you're picking out a coconut oil, it should be pretty white. If you see it yellow, it's because it's gone bad. And you don't want to buy that. Now, I've got a big lube of this, a big jar of it, because I use it to cook with, and I use it to put all over my body after I take a shower. Sometimes I put it on my face. It's one of those great, face moisturizers. But let me tell you this. If you're going out tonight and you're going to get your jiggy on, go get some coconut oil and put it all over your body. Put it on the genitalia as well, too. Let me tell you, it's actually going to taste nice, assuming that you don't have any kind of infections going on or issues going on down there. This is going to be nice. And if you're going back to your place and you have the coconut oil, you might want to clean up a little bit quickly with a wipey or something like that and reapply some coconut oil, because when they are moving their way around your body and they taste this, they're going to be like, yum.
I have a question. So I use coconut oil for cooking, and it hardens. So how do you rub that on your body? When
you take, look, I'm going to take some coconut oil. We don't have any towels, do? Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, Kristen, you're so awesome. So during the winter, yes, it's really hard. I put it in a separate jar, and I have to pull it out. I keep it in the bathroom, so it kind of melts a little bit there. You just take it, and you just rub it. And it just turns to oil because your body heat turns to oil. Now, this is really good that you can massage with, too. The only problem is, yummy. It's good for you. Thank you. The only thing is that sometimes coconut oil can, if you have, if your skin is peeling or something like that, it can kind of get frictiony. Now, as much as I praise and love coconut oil, and you can use it to massage on people and rub and lick and what have you, it's better to kind of combine certain areas with an actual really good massage oil or massage cream. I prefer a massage oil. But here's the one no with the coconut oil. And I say this from experience. Do not use it for intercourse. Yep, that's a bad one. Like sex on the beach, you think it's a great idea till you go do it, and then you realize this is kind of granularly and hurts. Coconut oil will do that too. There's something about the, vaginal lubrication that we have that, just doesn't make for a good combination. It just turns into like sand once it hits that kind of body fluid. Not when it's your mouth. It's just the secretions that, we have. I know we're so forward out here, but let's be realistic. I'm trying to help you. And I'm okay with this. It doesn't embarrass me. And don't judge me. Isn't that one of your things too?
Yeah,
don't judge me.
Don't judge.
I know.
Doggy Rider. Don't judge.
Don't judge me. Okay, wait. We need to get to some sex positions because Mr. Kim has to leave soon. Sex positions, sex questions. I'm sorry, and my battery's about to run out. So, here's a couple. Answer honestly. If you want to pass, you can pass. But don't be a prude, all right? I'm talking about sex, and I'm a chiropractor, all right? I'm like my family is just cringing at this point in time. Favorite position?
All of them.
Really?
It changes. In my 20s, doggy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 39, and I don't want to be too vanilla, but I'm back to, I've come full circle. I like missionary.
All right, yeah. Sylvia.
I think I like them all. I don't really.
Oh, come on, commit, people. We're here about commitment. Commit.
I like them all. And I just think that it shouldn't be the same.
Yes,
I'm
it does.
about,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
sometimes
changing
there's
it up.
some that are a little bit more comfortable than other. Kristen,
I think morning sex, like spooning from behind, kind of.
you know, that's one of my questions too. Morning, afternoon, or evening? You know, what do you like sex in there? So let's go back to that. Morning, afternoon, or evening?
Evening,
Why
but
is that?
I just I don't know.
Don't
something
tell me
about-
because the lights are off.
No, I like it with the lights on. I just like I'm a night person. I'm not a morning person, but I like the middle of the night. If you're kind of half awake, half asleep. And you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that is good sex.
Yeah, yeah, and then it kind of feels like a dream when you're done.
Because you're out of your head.
Yes, out of your head. You're very present.
Yes. Sylvia, morning, afternoon, or evening?
Morning would be good, but as long as you get up, brush your teeth. And
I'm
do
the
all
same
that.
way. I'm exactly. I'm like, I don't
so
mind.
that might
but
be too much work, but
yeah, I
don't know. Morning, evening.
Anyone here a part of the Mile High Club?
No.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I want to know how this works because when we look at the bathrooms in an airplane, you go, really? How did you have sex in there? Because you can barely turn your own self around.
I guess it's definition of sex. Like maybe I didn't have the sex that you're thinking of, and
Well,
it wasn't in the bathroom because
oh
the
my
bathroom's
God,
kind of,
you had it just in the chair?
There's only two chairs, and
Oh,
it was me and my partner in the chair.
Damn, girlfriend, you're a high roller.
But it wasn't like penis and vagina sex.
Oh, she's talking about
no
hands.
Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, does that count? Because then I'm in that club too.
Yes, I think it counts.
Okay.
I feel so left
if
out.
You start, when we start calling sex penis and vagina, that's when we're going to run into a lot of problems, like when people have ED or when you're going through vaginal atrophy or your vagina's having whatever problems, and then you can say you can't have sex because the penis can't go into the vagina.
Does
so I
it-
like to define sex as however we want to define it.
Okay, then does it count if you're on a plane and you're doing that, but you're by yourself? No.
I was like, I don't know, maybe.
'cause I'm in that club too.
I just want you all to know because there was only one camera. All three of us were like, no, come on. Can't we just tell our sponsors no? It's a sex show. People want to hear this. I know. How many segments do we have left? 2? Gosh, we don't have enough time. Someone go ask Mike if we can run over an extra segment. Maybe he might let me do that.
Do people call in sometimes also?
Yeah, you know what? We just haven't had time to even go to any of that stuff. We're so busy talking about sex. We're so self-centered with our sex over here. So when we come back from the break, we're going to go through a couple more questions, but we're also going to get to a lot of these gadgets. And here we go. I'm a wrist girl. I'm not saying I want to be tied up, but I got. Forget it.
No, it's good. Keep going. You can't stop now. You've come too far.
This
You can't swim back.
This is a really nice. Ties don't work, but this looks like it might work. So, anyways, you're listening to the Dr. Jen Jara Show. We are 50 Shades of Sexy today because it's Valentine's Day. Please hang out for 2 minutes. When you come back, we're going to get into sex toys that are going to vibrate and shake the house. And she's got a lot of sex toys, so you're going to want to come back. You click your friends, send over the link to them, tradiov.com/LA that you're watching. Hang in there, all right? Come back for me. Come back for me. I'm really bad today. All right, let's go to commercial.
Hey, Cam, thanks a lot for coming to my school today.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget 60 minutes of play a day, right?
And I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
And be drafted #1.
Maybe.
Become the starting quarterback of the Panthers.
Okay.
You can be my backup.
Excuse me?
And make Panthers fans forget about you. And become your mom's favorite player.
Whoa.
I'm just loosening my arm. That's my toy. Bad.
What's wrong? Do you want a Dorito?
It's mine. Oh.
Here you go. Last one.
That's so cheese.
Axe Apollo. Enter before the big game at axeapollo.com for your chance to go to space.
You know my dad can eat 3 huge bacon cheeseburgers this big. For my dad, that's like a snack. Yeah, well, he also ate a mountain of french fries.
My dad can eat a mountain of french fries with bacon and cheese.
Yeah, well, my dad can eat 5 buckets of fried chicken. My dad can eat 1,000 chicken nuggets. My dad can eat a quadruple burger.
My dad can eat 500 corn dogs.
Yeah, well, one day I'll be able to eat twice that.
Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
Alrighty. Wow. So if you've been hanging out here for almost the entire 2 hours, your brain is like going, what? We are like full disclosure sex here, aren't we? And, so if you're just tuning on in, my name is Dr. Jen Jarrett. We've got the angrytherapist.com, John Kim. We have Sylvia, hair and makeup. We've got Kristen from the Pleasure Chest. Pleasure Chest, yes. Look at me. So, we have been talking about all sorts of different things going on with sex, and now we're going to get into gadgets and gizmos. But before we do that, let me ask a couple more questions because Mr. John Kim has to take off, and we want to ask some of these sex questions because, it's fun. Because I wouldn't, on no other show am I going to talk about this. All right, so here's one that I thought was a good one. If, where is it? Are there any, no, not that one. I got one. If you're going to have sex with someone and you could fantasize to be someone else, not them be someone else, you be someone else, who would you be?
Oh, wow. Jeez. I don't know.
Isn't that a tricky question? Because
Yeah.
you don't think about that.
Yeah.
Who would you want? It's basically who would you who would you want to sleep with?
Not who would they be? Who do you want you to be?
Who would
Not her.
No, I'm sorry, yes, who would you want to be? Like you, in a sense, you'd want to sleep with that person, but you're going to be that person. You're not sleeping with that person. You are that person.
So, in my case, I'm straight male. So,
Yeah.
I what guy would I be?
Yeah, what guy would you be?
Oh,
come on.
I would be a guy. I would definitely be a guy.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and I would be the president of the United States.
What?
Hell yeah! Because think about the kind of sex that's. After giving like the State of the Union, like you have this
The
like
endorphins are going.
Yeah, no, you're like the most powerful person in the world.
So like if you can,
Yeah.
it's like a body invade someone in a sense that what we're doing. Huh, Sylvia?
I don't know. I've never thought of that. I'm thinking.
See, I just thought that I'd be some super hot smoking model. I didn't know which one. I mean, I was like,
Victoria's Secret model.
They're too skinny. They're not fit. I would pick someone who has fitness because we do CrossFit. So we think for us, sexy is toned, strong, but not flimsy like a little surfboard she's gonna break. Some of those girls. It's like I see them running across the street over here, and it's like I want to stop my car and feed them a cookie or something. I'm like, oh my god, you're about to pass out, girlfriend. Okay. Has your partner ever called out anything strange to you or weird or funny during sex? John?
No, but I did make the mistake once of...
You did not.
Yes.
See, I wasn't going to go there because I didn't want to put you on the spot. I was trying to put your partners on the spot.
It's funny because you hear about this and you it's one of those things where you think it would never happen to me, but I said someone else's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
And I just wilted.
Cringe.
Yeah. It just...
Oh my god!
And I wasn't even thinking about that person. It was like I'm automatic. And then once you say that, you can't. It's over. You can't do anything to.
Yeah,
there's nothing you could say.
There's no recovery
it's
from
over,
that.
yeah.
No. It's like an instant limp on both sides.
Yeah.
Sylvia,
what was the question again?
Most interesting, weirdest, or funniest thing a partner's ever said to you during sex. If you don't have one, then I guess what you've said. Weirdest thing, funniest.
Weirdest thing.
Do we have to move on? Is this a pass?
I think so.
Yeah, I gotta change. I have a different answer. Actually, it's better.
Really? What is it?
Someone wanted me to speak Korean to them because they thought it was really hot while we were having sex, And Korean isn't like it's not like I'm Italian, or it's not like a.
No, no es como español.
Yeah,
de
and
la
and I
lengua.
started speaking Korean in here as we were having sex, and she was so turned on.
Really?
Yeah, which was interesting.
That is.
Yeah.
Huh.
What'd you say?
Like,
go get me a pizza.
Yeah, it was like, hi, the sky is blue. She was like, that's so. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen.
I guess the weird for me the strangest, it's not really strange, I guess, but having somebody like do the whole like daddy little girl like role, I'm not into that, and so I think I was with somebody who kind of started doing that, and I was like, oh God, that's like the worst thing you could possibly do.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But a lot of people are. People should do their yes, no, maybe list beforehand, because when you do
That's
things
true.
that aren't sexy for that person during, it's not great.
Yeah, it's you got to both be into it. I mean, speaking for myself, things that are going to turn me on are things that are going to really turn on my partner. But of course, there are things that are not going to offend me or make me feel self-conscious or unsexy. It's finding that magical chemistry somewhere in there. All right, most adventurous or exotic place you've ever had sex. John.
Can we go the other way? Because I have to think about this.
Okay. Do you have one?
Oh, exotic place. Besides
most
the
adventurous.
airport, adventurous.
Exotic could be your own definition of a place you have not, that you've had sex or that you'd like to have sex, and I will open it up to that.
Okay, Joshua Tree while hiking, like on one of those like rocks, like in the middle of nowhere.
High five, nature girl, Sylvia.
Most exotic place?
Exotic or adventurous that you want to have sex or you've already had sex in. You don't have to tell us which one it is.
I don't know, maybe in a different country, like on an island or something like that.
Have you not been outside the United States? You go on
Yeah,
vacation,
but I'm
right?
saying
But
like somewhere exotic,
like out in the open,
right?
like Bora Bora. Ooh, like one of those cabanas, and you got the ocean. That would I'm gonna say that one. That's
like
mine.
a beautiful scenery kind of
Oh
deal.
my God, that would be awesome.
Alanis Morissette has drilled into my brain this idea of getting in the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
And you can't do that
would
because so
she
many
go
people.
down when you in a movie theater?
Yeah, so I think that would be hot. I think that would be hot.
I'm pretty shy about that. I don't know that I could. I think when in my younger years maybe, but like now,
But that's what makes it hot. Is it takes
like, oh my God,
complete
no.
courage to do it. Yeah.
But I mean, if there isn't that many people, I guess you can do it.
That's true. Then you're Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
that's
do
not
it way
good.
in the back. You sit way in the
You're
back.
like, all right, so let's get to some of these sex toys now that we've discussed all sorts of different things on in there. So I'm closing my laptop because it only has like 2 minutes left on it anyways. It just made it. All right, Kristen, the mic is yours. Hold up the toys and go through them in any order that you'd like.
Okay, what do we do first? You know what? Let's talk about cock rings or pleasure rings.
She says that. Wait,
So casually.
Wait, do we have the? Oh no, we don't have the. I had loaded just so that you guys know. Quick, I was up till 2:00 in the morning 2 nights ago loading up music that I wanted. Then I forget the cord to my computer, and then I realized that my iTunes music library is like split into different components. And I had, because when I was there the other day and she said cock ring, I kept saying I can't. I was like, I don't feel comfortable saying
Pleasure
it.
ring.
The pleasure ring.
There you go.
But I thought we'd use the Beyonce, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it.
Oh, that's so
That was going to be
good.
my soundbite, just so that you all know.
That's really good.
So explain it, because
Okay.
you taught me something about it that I didn't know.
Okay, so this is probably the best and one of the cheapest toys on the market too that you can have in your toy chest. One you can use as a finger vibe. So this is awesome because
Like
if you're
a
in doggy
vibrator.
style, you can put
Ah.
vibrators going off. You can just kind of wrap your hand around, put it on the clit. But the real purpose of cock rings or pleasure rings is that it allows for a longer and stronger erection. But most men use it wrong. So most men will do something like,
Or
oh,
the women uses it wrong,
or
on
they put it
the
yeah.
woman.
They'll put it on like this. Now this isn't going to really do much because it's not at the base.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to put it on the shaft and around the balls like this.
Now, do you put the vibrator on the bottom too to
You can
stimulate
do
down
either.
there?
There are cock rings that have vibrators on both sides. The vibration behind the balls is an awesome trick that a lot of people do not know about. And if you're having sex, this is going to hit the clit. If you are all the way in. So it's going to be like not if you're going back and forth, you're not going to get it.
It's like multifunctional purpose.
So now you have a little like vibrating toy.
It looks like the penis is wearing a backpack.
Yeah, prepared.
He's like, I'm going hiking.
I'm going camping.
I'm going to Joshua Tree.
Into the wild.
I need a green one. Camouflage, please.
All right.
Okay.
What else do we got?
Let's see. Blowjobs. Okay, since we're on the idea of blowjobs, and a lot of women come in and they're like, "Oh God, I just really hate giving blowjobs.
You know what? Or you have a TMJ issue. Literally, it's irritated. You got lockjaw. It's giving you headaches and what have you. You can't use it. Here's a solution.
Yes. So this is a masturbation sleeve. It's all ribbed inside, and it has 2 holes on it. So put it on the cock. Head comes out right here. You can just suck on top of the head, and then that's going to give the sensation of a deep throating sensation. So for people who are like, oh, I just can't open my mouth that wide, or I don't want to, my partner wants me to do deep throating or something like that, this is going to give that sensation, which is really nice. And also it's a masturbation sleeve, so one can use it without a partner, and you want to make sure you put lube on it. Let's see, Kegel balls. This is vaginal health 101.
I was shocked when I saw this. I was like, oh my God. Now, I saw it in a group of like 6 or 8, and I was like, where are you going to put that? And then she's like, no, there's just 1 or 2.
Like 5 of them in there. So this one right here, what you do is you insert it, you put lube on it, and while you're going about doing your chores for the day, whatever you have to do, this is going to help you with your Kegel exercises.
Like a tampon, essentially. And this is going to strengthen the vaginal walls on in there.
And that's great for not only, as we age, we want to make sure we're, obviously accessing those muscles and using them, but it also gives stronger orgasms. A lot of women come in and are like, how do I have stronger orgasms?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Now, do they come in different sizes?
They do. This is probably the average size. Right? This is probably the average size, but you have to think about it. Like, there's some that are smaller, but the smaller they get, the like more of a workout it is. So it's not like the weights where it gets bigger.
That would be kind of uncomfortable.
So you put both of them? Put both of them in.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's smaller ones. You can have ones with just one ball, but this one right here is probably our most popular. And it's also great for, you can use it for sex. You can insert it and put a vibrator on. This is going to vibrate the balls. Some people will put this in the balls that are inside you, not the balls on somebody's body. And if you put this in and you give somebody like a spanking or something, these are going to be moving back and forth.
So do you just drive around with those inside?
You can drive
go
around
grocery shopping.
One could do that, yes.
So if the person standing behind you has a moment, they've got that inside. Speaking of which, did you bring the toy, which I thought this is great, Valentine's Day. So you're at dinner, you're doing your thing, or you're just hanging out together, and your partner wants to stimulate you throughout the night. Oh, man, did you ever see that? It was on, what was that movie with that guy with Katherine Heigl? And he was like a very arrogant man, and so he had given her underwear that apparently came with a vibrator.
Oh, that's
and she completely loses it at a business meeting at the table. This is what I thought of when you showed me this.
So there's ones that you can wear like underwear that will be on the clip, but this goes inside, and it's a remote control. So you can stand like I believe it's up to like 50 feet away. So you can be at a party.
Wow.
Yeah, you can be at a party.
Damn.
Have this in your pocket. Press the button and watch your partner
Oh
react.
my God, it'd be great if you're going out dancing.
Hello,
Vegas.
There are ones that vibrate to the beat of music.
What?
Yes.
Get out.
I know.
Shut the door.
So that's fun. This is a fun little trick.
No, we're just getting into the sex toys. Come on, guys. Oh man, pass me that this one. Well, I was going to say the whole unit. Like, I looked at this and I thought, what is this? Like
a mouthpiece?
It looks like
a mouthpiece. I know. I really hot mouthpiece. This is how much I didn't know about these things, and and she's got a whole demonstration thingy for it. But this is our last segment too, huh? Oh my God! See, we're going to get through these toys really fast. So let's go to a commercial break really quickly so we can come on back and we can talk about all these sex toys. And then we're going to let you know about what we're doing here next week. We obviously have so much material. We need to do this again. We didn't even talk about supplements for libido, but we're going to bypass the supplements and keep going with the sex toys because, let's be honest. So you're listening to Dr. Jen Jara. I got the angry therapist, John Kim, Sylvia from Hair and Makeup, and Kristen from the Pleasure Chest. Hang in there for 2 minutes. We'll be right back with our sex toys. That's right.
I think it's human nature to want to explore.
To find your line and go beyond it.
Is the one you set yourself.
Up next for Career Day, quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
That State Farm agent said she helps people. What do you do?
I play football.
That's not a job.
Well,
Did you save my dad hundreds with the discount double check?
no, but I was MVP last year.
Mr. Hubble says trophies are for people with self-esteem issues.
Who's Mr. Hubble?
That's Rod Hubble.
No, it is not.
For savings, we're best in class.
Hey, Roger! Discount double check!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Sometimes a man must venture out from the shallow end to find something truly worthy of his search. Inspired by 300 years of tradition, Kettle One. Gentlemen, this is vodka. Drink responsibly.
Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
All right, thank you for hanging out through the break. Of course you did. We've got sex toys going on here. You are watching us, me, Dr. Jennifer Jarrett, Dr. Jen J, Dr. J, any of those forms I'm going to answer to, or just Jen is fine. I'm a chiropractor, licensed chiropractor in Hollywood, California. My show is every single Thursday here as you're watching from 2 to 4. Normally it's health, fitness, and sex. But because today's Valentine's Day, I thought it would be fantastic to do an entire show on sex. And you know what? We have so much information. We're not even getting to all of it yet. So we're going to have a follow-up show to go over more of this stuff because there's so much to talk about. So let's dive right back into these toys because, my goodness, there's so many of them. But here is something that I thought was cute because we want to talk about the sex games too. But, of course, I love this one because it says doctor on it. What's this? Let's play doctor. So let me read one. So it's kind of like Twister. So you have this little thing that you spin, bing, and then you have a card that it's going to point you to ask for something. I will move it over to Kristen because she's most familiar with it. Yeah, and explain how the Let's Play Doctor.
So the little areas that you can spin to will tell you what kind of card you can pull. So it'll be like really naughty or role playing, and so it kind of gives you to a certain area. But like for instance, you can play,
and especially for those shy people, this kind of brings you out of your shell a little bit.
Like politician and intern, or motorcycle bad boy and nice girl. Or let's see, there's some other ones in here that I like circus trainer and animal, and it's just really funny because, it's cute. It tells you like how to ask those questions, like get yourself in the mood. So for instance, if you're playing like pet and owner, the pet asks your owner, like, what is my
pet lovers?
Yeah. What is my name, or what kind of owner are you? Do you groom me regularly? Do you ignore me? Do you bathe me? Are you stern or indulgent?
Oh, will you give
Do you
me
teach
a
me
bath?
tricks?
Oh, that would be so sweet.
Yeah,
no, seriously.
So all of these things help to explore the idea of role playing.
I think that's really good. I mean, I just love some of these toys that you had here. We're trying to figure out different games to show you all, and it was really difficult, because let's keep it real. I'm about let's work within healthy domains of sexual expression and sexual activity and intimacy. I'm not really into, even though I titled it 50 Shades of Sexy, it's sexy because these are the things that are sexy, I think, and apply to most people. I'm not really into the bondage and the black stuff. But I did find these kind of cute and interesting because they're blingy. I think if you stick anything blingy, I'm going to go, ooh, like a girl. But it's pretty. But you can put on these handcuffs. But Kristen was saying, of course, that, you need to be careful with these types of things. because they can create damage, to your wrist and to your fragile little bones. And there's nothing worse than, being
don't
able
lock
to.
those.
No, you
I'm
didn't.
kidding.
Oh my God!
I was looking at first frantically, like, oh my God, I hope I brought the keys.
I gotta go pick up my daughter afterwards down the street. Mommy was just
really bad.
There was. Speaking of which, let me just show you this. Those little e-cards that you get on Facebook and what have you. The massage therapist in my office, Crystal, put one on my page yesterday. It was so cute. And there's 2 kids in there, and it has a little baby, and the kid saying, "Look, I found," and I'm going to say this wrong, I found a mask and some handcuffs and some stuff. Mommy's a superhero. I thought that was so cute. All right, but we also have some of these which are a little bit more easier. So if you could demonstrate how to wrap these
So these are entangle ties that you can get the pleasure chest. And the idea is that I actually might have grabbed the wrong one, but let's see. Oh, here we go. So it comes in a pair, so you can go ahead and wrap somebody's wrist and easily pull it.
And you can really change the tension on that. Yes. You see that? It changes really easily, which is great.
And the key is to any kind of like bondage or anything where you're tying somebody up is that you don't want something thin. That's why those, it's putting pressure in one spot. But when you have something thick, it's distributing the pressure. So you're not going to really, injure somebody. And they could also act as a blindfold too. So it's a nice little fun.
You know what? I find that is one thing that I do find very, very appealing is to shut off some of the senses in there. And I find that with previous partners that some of the blindfold is kind of cool because it's a whole trust thing, and I'm sure John had to leave, but he would say this is developing trust steps with your partner in doing that. But some people are they're not into it. They just have issues from before, and I just can't do it. It's not they don't love you; I absolutely cannot do it whatsoever.
I mean, sensation play is awesome. I mean, because like you're saying, if you take away one thing like sight or sound, if you put let's say an iPod in somebody's ears. Like a playlist, and then you do things to them unexpectedly, and their skin starts to feel things in ways that they never had before because they didn't take away the senses.
I can absolutely say that. I stumbled across this like a few years ago, where I was having a relationship with my boyfriend, and I was downtown on him, and we were at somewhere great, like the Ritz-Carlton or something like that, and the neighbors were really loud because they had some kind of construction going on for a wedding or reception. And I couldn't focus. So I literally grabbed my iPod, my earplugs, put them in, and I was transported into a different world, and he was blown away. I mean, literally. Shame on me. But it did. It completely changed the environment, as opposed to, we could have put the music there, but instead, because it was so close to my ears, I was literally just a completely different, in the zone. I was in the zone that day, for sure. All right, so this one. The mouth guard. I don't know. But I looked at this and I go, wait, that looks like it from my gynecological doctor. But I'm fumbling it. I might have put it upside down. I don't know.
This is called the WeVibe. And so this is the answer to a lot of people's wants and needs who've come into the store who said, I want to be able to have vibration, but I want both of my hands available. And I don't want to feel like there's a vibrator there, but I need vibration to have an orgasm.
Now, some of you aren't going to realize how you actually use this, because when she told me, I thought it was like a double entry thing because I didn't know. And then she explains it to me and I go, oh, very smart, because it explain.
So this is my pretend vagina right here. And so if I put this end in, goes straight in, it fills in the spot where the penis often passes, which is the G spot, which is kind of up. So it fills that spot in. And then externally it sits on the clit. It has 2 motors, so the motors slightly bounce off each other.
It can sit more upright, correct?
Yeah, if my vagina was like this, it would be sitting like this. And you put lube. You always want to use lube, which we'll talk about in a second.
Lube.
Yes, and this is going to provide vibration on the G-spot and on the clit. And it also kind of gives a little something extra for him, too.
Check that out. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was being all selfish when she was telling us. I'm like, wow, that sounds kind of interesting. She goes, and it vibrates for him. I was like, oh my God, look at that home run. Okay, what else have we got going on here? What's that one that I swear it was jumping at me at the store? Like when you put this on the table, it's literally like,
it's on the table.
I know, it's like, is that on? It's on.
It's on.
See, it goes boom, 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 boom.
It's the first of its kind. It penetrates basically. So, most vibrators are vibrating. Some women, if you like, for instance, you always think about how you first started masturbating. So if you were a person that liked to rub on something, that sensation is different than a vibrator. If you're a person that liked like something that's a little more like your fingers moving back and forth, that's more of a vibration. So a lot of women don't know that, and if you are a person that likes the more humping sensation, this kind of vibrator is going to be awesome.
I mean, this thing propels right at you. I'm not kidding. It's not just vibrating. It's like vroom, vroom.
Yeah, so this is a pretty pricey one. This is $200, but it's getting rave reviews.
But all the other ones are affordable. That was the pricier one. So
it was the pricier one.
She's got one, because we were talking about oral sex earlier, and I was flabbergasted when I saw this one because it looked like a seashell. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah,
it does.
You put lube on it.
Or an air freshener.
It's an air freshener.
You tell your kid finds it. It's an air freshener, honey.
So this just moves back and forth, or around in circles. And you can, on the new one, which I didn't bring the new one, unfortunately, I just realized this was the older one, it rotates. So you can have it go back and forth this way. So it acts as kind of like a tongue, a flickering tongue. Some people don't like the flickering sensation, but, this kind of thing it's a sensation that, is different than a vibrator.
Yes, I will say that looks different.
I know, it looks like a fan, because you get really hot.
I know, I'm like, it's an air freshener.
Yeah. And, really, I mean, the thing I always tell people about vibrators is, again, it's not just for women. A lot of men love vibration. So
yes, the men one.
Here,
oh, my God. She's got vibrators for men.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
There are masturbation sleeves that have vibrators in it. This vibrator is great for couples because it's quiet. You can easily use it. Put it between two bodies, but this is a great trick. So put it behind the balls during a blowjob, and this vibration is going to go to like the perineum, which is a really great spot to get vibration. So
I have to say, from a medical standpoint, absolutely, in understanding how human anatomy is, there is the spot, that tender spot on men. I stumbled across that years ago with a boyfriend, and I was like, what? And then I started to put anatomy and nerve flow, and I put all that information together, and I went, hello, that's their G-spot.
Yes.
And it's amazing, and you have something like this to do the job for you.
Yeah, well, I know that we weren't really going to go into anything anal, but we will talk for a moment, I guess, about the prostate.
God.
The prostate's a really important thing to consider accessing, because prostate cancer is very high in the U.S.
It is.
And getting massaging the prostate on a regular basis is
it's good
studies
for you.
have proven that it has cut down prostate cancer.
Massage in general.
Yeah.
Draining the lymphatics from the body.
So this is actually a tool that was designed by a doctor that he used in the office to milk the prostate, as what men have to do when they turn 50. I believe they have to start going to the doctor.
I've never heard that, but okay, I'm not that's not my area.
But you did have to feel the prostate when
yes, I did.
Yes,
I did.
So people do this.
They didn't tell me anything about milking it, though.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a terminology. There's milking the G-spot.
I'm just teasing you.
This right here is a prostate massager, and the idea is that a male will insert it, and then you just do your Kegel exercises. So you're just clenching back and forth, and this is rocking. And
so
this is going to
explain that again. That goes inside.
This goes inside the ass.
Uh-huh.
And the way you clench your, ass like you're doing Kegel exercises, which is the same thing. This is going to rock back and forth, and this design is there to massage the prostate. And oftentimes it ends in a really different kind of orgasm than most men are used to having.
And that's assuming the guy, that your straight guy is okay with this,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to go there. But
with this, you wouldn't have to go there. This could just go there for you.
Oh, my God. We really went there today. Okay, now, another thing I want to go into, because we're coming to the end of our show. Please don't play the music just yet. We want to talk about lubricants. And there's only really one company that I think is great. We brought some bad examples, but let's just talk about the good ones, because this is one of my absolute favorite, the S-Liquid. But they now have all sorts of different kinds and types.
So S-Liquid is the best lube on the market, in my opinion.
And why is that?
Well, it was designed after a woman's natural body fluid, so it is going to mimic that feeling of you actually being able to lubricate, or maybe when you were younger you're lubricating a lot, whatever it is. Lube makes everything better. Even if you are lubricating, add lube. The great thing about it is it doesn't have glycerin in it. And glycerin is a type of sugar that can give yeast infections.
Yes.
And yeast infections are not sexy.
No. They're painful, and they're ugly, and they're red.
They also don't have parabens in it, which is something that we want to really pay attention to.
Good for your
body.
hands, not for your vagina.
Yeah. So this is a great lube. I would always say to stay away from KY, Astroglide.
Oh my God, those are
horrible.
The worst.
Yeah.
The absolute worst. You know why they're the worst? Because you find them at CVS or Rite Aid or something like that. They don't know anything about sex. You want to know about sex, you go to a place where they have it, and that is the Pleasure Chest. I'm so sad. The sex show is over. The 50 Shades of Sexy. So hold on. I gotta do shout outs here. Number one. Oh, I forgot. This is my girlfriend. This is a great water. Go buy this for your spouse. It's called I Am Loved. It's made by Aqua Mantra, Alexandra Kavanaugh. I just absolutely love their company. They have great sayings on their water. You're going to pay the same price for water, but get water that's cute. Sylvia, give us all your information before we leave.
On my Facebook, it's Sylvia Aguila.
Spell it out.
Silvia. Aguila, Aguila.
Awesome. Kristen, your website.
thepleasuretest.com, and we're in Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles for free workshops.
I am Dr. Jennifer Jara. You can find me. Please follow me at Twitter because I am completely and totally reliant on social media to build this show. And if you want to hear me do more shows like this, which I'm totally fine with doing, then I need you to tell your friends. I need you to spread the word. We need to bust this out to the entire world because, hey, it's all about health, fitness, and sex. Next week, we're going to have a whole show that's pretty much revolved around fitness. We've got WOD Gear coming in, a lot of CrossFitters coming in. They're going to model clothes. We're going to talk about health, weight loss, supplements, all these things that are really important when it comes to your fitness and your health. This has been such an amazing show. 50 Shades of Sexy. We're rewriting this. And thank you so very much for hanging on in there. We also have, of course, let's not forget the angrytherapist.com, John Kim. He's got a free, if you go to his website, you can actually tune in and listen to his therapy sessions. I do believe he said it was on Mondays. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you so very much for inviting me into your computer and watching and for referring me out to your friends. I absolutely believe you. And thank you. If you want to come in and see me at my office, I'm drjara.com. That's drjara.com. And thank you, ladies, for being here. This was so awesome. And you guys in there, you did such a fantastic job. God bless you. Have a wonderful and fantastic Valentine's Day. Love yourself, love your partner, and don't go to bed angry. Go to bed making love tonight. All right, you have a great one. Bye-bye.
Hey, is your cable working?
Hornitos Premium Tequila, purer than your intentions.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.